So that's the end of that video. Now I'll just show you the news article, how they relate to it. I am a god rapping interdimensional traveller, claims he warped from another universe. What he really means is that he was possibly, or in the near future, going to be generated by an artificial intelligence supercomputer that is capable of interacting physically in this world and manipulating it for the benefit of, well, evil at the core of our society that have brainwashed you about every single thing that you ever believe in about this reality. So he's jumped from another universe, so he's basically been created from by an artificial intelligence. That's the way I'm seeing it. And now he claims he's God, but he's not a bearded man in the sky, and what he's really referring to is actually ourselves being the gods, because we are actually of a higher level frequency if you accept what reality, you know, accept evil around you. And yet he says the same thing. Music, you know, can wake us up. He haven't done a single video, you know. I'll show you. So California-based musician Lil Corey, and I'm sure Lil Corey's got something else to do with this as well. The name, well, they chose it, and the artist that is actually called Lil Corey, and the songs that are actually related to really gay sex music in some cases. So there is that. Made strange admission during an interview with conspiracy YouTube channel Apex TV. So as I tried to explain, Apex TV is directly connected to the Daily Star, and that's because it's Freemasonry, because he's wearing the black and white with the coat. It may as well be coat. The star right there, and we'll see in the pictures in a sec. So I'm sorry. Speaking frankly, the rapper said, "I believe I'm a god from another universe sent here to raise the vibrational frequency of the masses through the means of music." Now I'll tell you what, who also does that is a guy called Traumatic from Wales. Traumatic is nuts. He is amazing, and I haven't approached putting a video together about that one. And he is hypersensitive, and this also has to do with the notion of dimensional realities, when there is just one reality, but it's a lot of it's unseen. And when you, for example, take ayahuasca or DMT, you actually spiritually, in a sense, see another part of this reality, which is a higher level, the God realm they call it. And so that is more interdimensional travel, and that is not really interdimensional travel. That is actually spiritual travel within this non-physical world as well. And so they're lying about interdimensional travel because time is not what you perceive it to be. Now if you look at my work about the Book of Enoch, so far I'm trying to prove that there is a beginning and the end, and that all souls will be judged. And that means that there must be a beginning and the end, and that they've lied to you about how this created reality, and how this relates to the pantheon of the 12 gods and the Bible and ancient history, and how the whore of Babylon culture is trying to rise right now through LGBT teaching 3-year-olds in primary school. So if you can't see the direct connection between what's going on with these agendas right in front of you and Freemasonry and the Catholic Church, I can't help you in waking up and making you see this reality. That's just down to you. But if you start seeing it, then good. That's my job done. You carry on with that research. You're halfway there. So then you got the one-eye symbolism. Did I finish the article? Yeah, so anyway, let's finish it. I'm sort of hypersensitive to the fact that my bloodline may or may not be linked to an esoteric organisation from a long time ago. Right, so this video that we just watched was highly edited and highly scripted, that he had to just say these things, as it seems. And You don't think that that statement there has anything to do with the fact that it has everything to do with his bloodline from a long time ago. The Templars, the pillars, the time pillars, I believe. And so these people have been manipulating and controlling time. They have lied to you about ancient history to the point where now it is completely covered up and we have forgotten it. You know, now it's repeating itself, and we've literally forgotten the lessons of all of the ancient past, the last, you know, before the flood happened. And we need to relearn it right now. As much as some people are trying to convince me that I am, from here, I am crazy, is how hard I'm trying to convince the world I am actually God from another universe. No, all I read is that he is from here and he is crazy. Because he's a Freemason puppet that literally is just that. Been driven to this. He then briefly explained how he warped into our universe but failed to tell the interviewer anything about his alleged dimension. I'd like to know who the bloody interviewer is as well. Where this interview took place. You know? Bit more information maybe? Nah. So there we go. El Corey continued. I didn't realise it was going to happen so quick and so fast. What's going to happen so quick and so fast? Something to do with a storm projected me into this universe. California is going to get hit with a storm, and it's going to happen so quick and so fast that it's going to make the continents look different. And that is a plan that was put in place in the 60s. Can't remember what the operation was called, but it is linked to Agenda 21, 30 in America, and how they plan to literally wash it up. Part of it. That coast. The musician said he has been threatened. And that's the thing, right? You don't think that's possible. It is possible because of the weapons they got. Because of the frequency devices they've built in order to actually create tsunamis, earthquakes, you know, you name it. The musician said he has been threatened on numerous occasions and warned they were listening to his conversation, but didn't explain who they were. I'll explain who they were. They're the elitists, Gentile, banking, occult, Freemason, Templar, Catholic Church, Baphomet worshipping, absolutely filthy, disgusting paedophiles at the core of our society that use their money, their laws, their ways of these projections of technologies to convince you that they're fair and balanced and that this world is insignificantly not special and you're nothing but a absolutely corporate slave that absolutely is owned by your government. There we go. Am I hypersensitive and trying to actually raise the vibrational frequency of this reality? I'd say so. I don't know who to trust now. We can't trust the government. Fact. About anything, because they're the ones responsible. Don't run to the government if shit hits the fan. How about you formulate a little bit of a plan? I got a lot of death threats on a daily basis. Many emails. This guy's pretending to be God, and yet he's scared of a few fucking emails. Death threats. I mean, come on, people. Really. Yet, don't read this article the way you think it to be, because it's not written how you meant to read it. Oh, I feel like I'm being watched constantly. Do you know that's put into? People that think people that smoke weed are just paranoid like me. Oh, you're just paranoid. Yeah, because guess what? This is a fact. Every single bit of technology you have in your house, including Alexa, including your laptop, including your smart television, including your smart bloody dishwasher, your smart fridge freezer with a CD in it, is recording your conversations. It's recording you. It's recording every single bit of information and sticking it in the cloud. So, this is my point, that God is watching you as well right now, and that they are trying to emulate the same bloody thing through technologies. Which, because everything does relate to technologies. So yeah, carry on listening, it's fine. But eventually, they want to see through your eyes, just like God does. You see, and that's a completely different perception of what God is, isn't it? When they want to use technologies to see through your eyes, and to take your soul, and literally stick it in another universe, which they designed. A world that they designed by, and a world designed by evil is certainly a place you wouldn't want to go. Considering, look at the state of this shithole they've created. Could be so much better. So, don't trust the government. Just a thing they say. I know that they watch us, and they probably listen to this conversation right now. Fact. But commenters were not as convinced the rapper was from another universe. Of course not. Which commenters? One said there's only one God and it's not to you. I mean, I could go back and we could read the comments if you want, but I can't be bothered. Another added, I'm as skeptical about him being God. Of course. A fan simply posted, "Low, very entertaining." Low Corey is not the only rapper to essentially claim to be God. I mean, this is where repetition of celebrities and the same thing over and over again. And they do it through articles, just a repetition. And this is just banging on about Kanye West being God. And saying that everyone's God. Which is right. You literally don't, like... They've took that one word, and that one word has literally about... I can think of top of my head about 7 different meanings in a biblical sense. So every fucking thing that people think that God is wrong. Mostly it has to do with bloody artificial intelligence supercomputer that is recording your life. You know, how else can your soul or all souls be judged? Why are they trying to emulate everything? A fake sun, a fake moon, the cloud. That's it anyway. For this bit. So you go into, Corey California rapper, and that is all you find. You know, that I looked at that was this guy, and this guy, this black guy, this coloured guy, I would say it. But yeah, and it's just filth. It's all about sex. It's all about depravity. And so, when you go look for these things, it's... I suppose there's nothing wrong. Hold on, there's no E in it. Is that this guy? Is this the guy? Is it? Should we listen? See if he's literally 2 months, 3 weeks, 1 week. Travis Scott stuff. There's more cult connections there. Alright, let's just listen to Drive. This latest one. 41 views. Oh, he's a real upstanding citizen, this guy, isn't he? With his guns. Trying to raise the vibrational frequency with his death and destruction. Who is it? I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's I feel out of place. Used to live in a trap, now we're living out of space. Yeah, I can't fucking help it. I'm addicted to the fame. And I got the same drive. This is the guy. It's awful. Let's have a look. Where's the picture? Is it? Is that the same guy? What do you think? Don't think it is it? Alright, let's go back. Sorry, dude. If that's not you, I don't think that's him, though. I mean, there's a picture of him there, isn't it? Together. So it's gotta be him. So I mean, how is that? If that's him, right? How does that song vibrate high? You know, compared to Loki and Immortal Technique, absolutely speak the truth. How is this guy higher on the vibrational bloody frequencies? You know. Let's listen.
Already know, I ain't finna let it go. I'm about to let this shit go down. Already know, I ain't finna let it go. I'm about to let this shit go down. Already know, I ain't finna let it go. I'm about to let this shit go down. Already know, I ain't finna let it go. I'm about to let this shit go down. I've been out here thugging, so I don't care what you think. Keep that tootie on my waist, just in case they tryna play. Yeah,
Can't listen to it. It's awful. Literally, how is that going to inspire people to get up and do what's necessary in this reality? It's awful. You know, guns. Guns don't kill people, rappers do. From Bristol Zoo to B&Q. Sorry about that, it's awful. I mean, throw that back, let's have a look. It's going to catch me in it, it's going to be catchy in it. Okay, singing on. So this rapper, yeah, he's not going to raise the vibrational frequencies, but if you listen to this one, though, it will. Or Traumatic, or Immortal Technique, real rappers that actually speak the truth. I'm all for that nonsense about guns and hatred. Nope, he's a liar. Freemason.
La zona blanca. No souls for sale here, mate. They say the fool thinks himself to be a wise man, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. I say that to say this. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. Yeah. They can't use my music to advertise for Coca-Cola. No. They can't use my music to advertise for Motorola. No. They can't use my music to advertise for anything but truth. I guess that's the reason the industry won't let me in. Refuse to be a product or a brand, I'm a human. Refuse to contribute to the gangster illusion. Whether I'm number one, number two, or number three, I'm unique and there will never be another me. And there will never be another you. Be proud of who you are, don't copy what the others do. They are not superior, you are not inferior. When we realize that there's gonna be hysteria. Not commercial, so it's controversial what my pen has written. When they listen, many have risen from the mental prison. That's why you don't see my face up on the television. But every time I try to sleep, I hear the devil singing. I have often tried, but I couldn't succeed. Though I've gone through day and night. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. They can't use my music to advertise your watch or your car. Can't use it to advertise the drink you got at the bar. Can't use my music to advertise for anything but truth. I guess that's the reason the industry won't let me in. My integrity is the reason I'm thinking separately. Keep your 360, I can do this independently. It's likely I'm quite mad. Why? Cause I say with ease, slavery gave the streets Nikes and iPads. They don't like my rhymes, say my style is like a lecture, but I'd rather die than smile with my oppressor. I'm an honourable student with the facts on your Judas. You're not hip-hop or grime, you're just McDonald's music. Not commercial, so it's controversial what my pen has written. When they listen, many have risen from the mental prison. That's why you don't see my face up on the television. But every time I try to sleep, I hear the devil singing. Devil singing.
I have often tried, but I couldn't succeed. Though I've gone through day and night.
You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul.
Basta.
Papá, déjame esa música para bailar.
So, out of the two, which one was more, let's say, awakening? Which one has absolute a symbol of God in it? A number 444 right in the song as well. So if you're watching, that's a message for you at this moment to actually look up spiritual meaning of 444, because you've seen it. And so, but just the last thing, there was one more. He's sticking out the tongue, and that's another sign of the serpent and the devil and the guys. These serpent tongue. All the celebrities do it. I don't think it's an accident that they selected this screenshot to put in the article, do you? And so, Apex TV is, all intents and purposes, connected to the media, and its media is Freemasonry, and so is Apex TV. Exposed. So thank you very much for watching. Please share, like and subscribe.